Stevie Callista, and I am an astrologer. Today I'm going to be talking about the astrological forecast for July of 2020. But on July 1st, Saturn is moving retrograde back into Capricorn. Saturn moving back into Capricorn kind of takes us back to the beginning of the year. So Saturn moves back into Capricorn, and the themes that we've been dealing with all year around restructuring our systems, having our structures and systems crumble and fall because they no longer work for us, are coming back into play. We're revisiting this for the last time before he moves back into Aquarius in December. This is the themes around structuring and strengthening our internal lives, right? The opposite point is Cancer, which is the internal foundation of self. And we've seen themes all year around these things, like how do we strengthen our inner self in order to then be strong enough to handle the crumbling of the structures falling and the systems that have to be restructured. We have a Capricorn lunar eclipse on July 4th, 5th, depending on where you live. This is a lunar eclipse in Capricorn as well. So this eclipse is tied into the Christmas eclipse of 2019. So that eclipse, I think it was December 26th of 2019. This is the eclipse that comes back to revisit those themes. So look back to what was going on in your life on December of 2019 and what are the lessons that you've integrated since then? What are the internal structures that you have strengthened or not? Either way, it's sort of a reminder of how far you've come or how far you need to still go. Because we're experiencing this Pluto return of when the United States was born, this eclipse is also tied into that, like a revisitation of the themes of what we built this country on and how we have to revisit them in order to understand the roots. These are the same themes of like power and authority and control, like the people above us controlling the masses through fear and through paranoia. This is Capricorn energy. This is what needs to fall. This eclipse season is highlighting that. This eclipse is a full moon on the Capricorn-Cancer axis point, and so Cancer is our internal self and what makes us feel secure and safe, and Capricorn is our goals and our authority and our structures. And so this is where the eclipse is highlighting this energy. Because Mars moved into Aries just recently at the very end of June, there is more fire and action and drive and vitality in the people. There's more clarity. There's more wanting to move forward with action, right? And Mercury is also retrograde in Cancer. The same themes that we're dealing with this lunar eclipse. What I want to stress is being super careful about communicating with others during this time. Again, these are like themes of all of 2020, but especially in July, we are looking at a revisitation of Cancerian themes, like what makes me feel safe? Where's my internal strength? What happened to me when I was young? What happened to me in the past? And it's sensitive. It's like a very sensitive emotional energy. And then you add the Mars and Aries trigger. And that makes it so you can get easily triggered by communicating with other people, easily triggered by your family. It's just that we have to be a little bit more conscious of our conversations and our miscommunications and our triggers during this time, because we are going to feel more sensitive and we are going to feel more triggered. I've said it, I think, in every single video I've talked about in 2020, and it's really why I created this channel, is just a reminder to myself even of taking care of my inner needs and my inner self and my emotions and my well-being, in order to then be able to survive what's going on in the outer world and to not give too much of my energy away so that I'm left depleted when we're in a time period where it's just so essential to take care of yourself in order to not feel so depleted, because everything around us is depleting us. Everything that we're reading and talking about and seeing, and what is the truth, and we don't even know. And it's, people are differing in opinion, and the media is creating this super paranoid mass division in the people. Like, if you're not standing for this, then you're standing for this, and if you are questioning this, then you are a supporter of this. And I'm seeing it in my own life, and so standing in your own truth, but you have to take care of yourself in order to do that. You have to spend time in quiet, sacred, alone spaces with yourself and get super comfortable with your inner needs in order to then come from a place of authenticity. Does that make sense? And this is something that I'm learning this year, and I will be reminding myself over and over and over again that I have to spend time going inside and internal in order to come from a place of authentic truth, while also questioning everything. And if you're allowing yourself to stay curious, again, Gemini North Node, Sagittarius South Node, and letting go of beliefs that no longer serve you with information you are being presented. What I'm saying is taking care of yourself and your container, and spending time with that higher version of yourself, that sacred soul, is essential for the survival of 2020. And this eclipse is highlighting it again. It's like we're moving back into the beginning of the year and revisiting all of the things that went down, with different eyes, with different clarity. And while we are doing that, we still don't have answers to everything. And the truth still hasn't like come up completely below the surface. Like Pluto and Jupiter are still doing their dance. At the very end of the month on June 30th, they came together for the second time. And they come again on November. And so this is the second time they do their dance together. This is the second time where we're seeing all this stuff come up below the surface for yourself and for society. Just some other dates to pay attention to. On the 7th and 8th of July, we have Mercury and Mars squaring each other. And in astrology, squares are tension. And when you have a retrograde Mercury where our communication is like kind of moving backwards and a bit slowed down and more sensitive, and you have a fiery Mars of action and drive, and you're squaring off with each other, there's a ton of tension. And this is a theme of July, and this is a theme of 2020, but it's specifically in July, and it moves that way all the way through the end of the year. So this is just like the taste. During this time, it is pretty damn important to move your body. Even if you need to go out into the woods or scream into a pillow, or to get energy out, right? There is an excess amount of fire, and there is a sensitivity with the way we're speaking, and these are coming in this tense, fiery placement together. So moving your body, very important in July. And honestly, Mars is in Aries all the way through January of 2021, and it's just important to move your body. There's extra energy and chi in there that's got to come out, and if it doesn't, then you're more triggered and you're more sensitive in your communications. And so take care of yourself. Move it. On the 12th of July, we have Mercury going direct in Cancer, and so there might be some clarity around like the past few weeks and like what we were revisiting. And you're also going to see like the communication speeds move up. Maybe your mind and thoughts and the way you speak is going to feel more clear, might feel a little bit quicker. So Mercury moves direct on the 12th, and we might feel a little bit more clarity, and we might feel the speeds of our communication like pick back up again. On the 14th and 15th, we have the Sun opposite Jupiter and Pluto, and they are the truth. So they are what are bringing up America's shadows, our own personal shadows, anything where there needs to be truth, expansion of the shadow. The Sun is then opposite that point and sort of shining light on that stuff, shining light on the truth and the shadow. So I'm curious to see like what's going to come out in the middle of the month. On the 20th of July, we have a new moon in Cancer opposite Saturn. Again, the same exact themes of what do you do to feel safe in yourself in order to survive the structures coming down, in order to survive the restructuring of your own foundation and every foundation all around you. What do you do to make yourself and your family feel secure as we are trying to be controlled through politics and the media and everything else. Like, what do we do? Plant a garden, have a dinner with your family, spend time alone, spend time cooking and nurturing yourself and your family. So the sun moves into Leo on July 22nd, and this is where the sun is at home. Leo is ruled by the sun, and so we might feel more creative during this time, right? Like Leo sun energy is like creative, expressing yourself creatively, being on stage. It's also fiery. It's also interested in fun and connecting with your inner child. And so that is Leo season. That's the welcoming of Leo season at the very end of the month on the 22nd. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching my video. Let me know if you have any questions. Put them in the comment box below. Feel free to send this to a friend if they're into astrology and into like what's going down right now. Or if you're interested in a reading, please send me a message or send me an email, and we can get that scheduled. Thank you so much, guys. Please take care of yourself. Have a good month. Sending love.